Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Sessions with Kat. We're here for another chit chat on whatever Spirit wants us to talk about today. And also have a new deck, so I'm really excited. If y'all saw the way I opened up this mail package, you probably like, girl, you act like you ain't never seen a tarot deck before. I was just really excited to get this one, so here we are. So normally, and I think I forgot to put this in the last video, whenever I purchase a new deck, I smudge it, okay? Normally, like if I'm showing it in a video, I would smudge it afterwards, but today, because I am opening the package and I also feel like smudging the space, I'm gonna smudge during this video. So if you see some smoke, whatever come through, that's what that is. Hopefully, whatever vibration it's giving off, you guys can pick up on it and it does something for you guys as well. But I'm just gonna let the smoke clear the space and also clear the cards while I'm sitting here chit-chatting with you guys. Few updates before we begin. I did send out a email regarding a Maiden Mother Crone series that I'll be doing during the month of October. If you are interested, and you are on my email list, because that is the only way you can sign up for it, right? And it has all the details and whatnot. Now, if you're not on my email list, then obviously you can ask to be put on it and I'll send you that email. But if you're interested and you're on the email listing, check out the listing. Decide on which way you're gonna do your love donation or whatever. And, the time is set in the email. So set that time, aside and be on fucking time. Nothing grinds my gears more than someone who is late and doesn't value the time of not just me, but also the other people that are showing up for this series, okay? Because it's a collective. So be mindful of that. So if you are naturally a late person, you better set an alarm for something like 10-20 minutes before it starts so that you're on time, okay? Because I don't want any issues, okay? But here we are. So that's really the main update. Walking Home Barefoot starts October 1st, and it comes back October 1st. So you'll probably see me put that in the October newsletter or a standalone newsletter. Not sure how I'm gonna do that yet, but it'll come out. That's only updates. Wait, one more. my squirrel has brain. Next video. Okay, so if you're an avid watcher, I will be doing a giveaway of a few of my Oracle decks. One of them will be brand spanking new. The other ones are, I've opened them, but they're not meant to stay with me. They need to be rehomed. So I will showcase those in the next video. And if you're interested in them, let me know. I'll ship it out to you. You can clear it, do whatever you gotta do. Okay? So just pay attention to the next video. So that would be next week's video. Now, let's get started because I'm so excited about this deck. And I'm also excited about what Spirit has for us to talk about. So if you need to take notes, take your notes. Okay? But this is both personal, but not. Because I think it can apply to anyone, given your situation. I can only give you from my experience, not necessarily from yours, okay? Because I'm not reading you. I'm just, chit-chatting on a video while I'm opening this lovely tarot deck that came with some awesome stickers that I'm really excited about because they're going to go in my planner. And I think you'll probably see these cards inside here. So if you're, comment below if you're keeping up with the conversation. Also comment what's your favorite card out of this, right? Let me know, because I'm excited for the whole deck. So I love this. Never had this in any of her decks. You guys would have seen me post about her decks as well. This is from HandMeThatPencil, Justine, and I have set number 2 of 50. So somebody beat me to the punch to get number 1, but number 2 is still good anyway. So I love this, so I am definitely gonna keep this because I think that's just fucking awesome. Will I put that with my upcoming Oracle deck? Not even sure, but it might be a possibility. What I love about her decks is she doesn't send a box, so it's not hard as fuck to get into it. Thank God. I hate boxes that are so fucking hard to open when it's like a brand new deck. Just send me it like this. I can make a bag. You know what I mean? Like, I could just make a bag, buy a bag, do something like that to put the deck in. I don't feel like, destroying a box to get to the cards. You know what I mean? But I love that it also keeps the cost low and whatnot for her. So I absolutely adore that. So we'll be looking through these cards as we discuss. So today's discussion is going to be on failure. I know y'all probably like, what this bitch about to talk about now? I'm about to say whatever spirit has me say, and I'm put my little 2 cents in it because I feel like in a way I kind of need to. I don't know if these cards are in order or not, y'all, just so you know. I'm just taking them out the package. But I'm gonna put my little 2 cents in it, okay? Because it's my channel and I do what the fuck I want, okay? That's about how I'm treating that, okay? I hope y'all understand. I really do. That being said, let's talk about failure. And I want to talk about it in a way that I can relate to the topic, okay? And hopefully you guys can relate too. And I'm going to give you a different, like a few, and by a few, I mean like 2 to 3 different ways that failure can like appear in our lives, okay? But I can only give it from my perspective. However you need to take that perspective, you'll take it, okay? And then however you need to look at failure, you'll look at it. But hopefully we all come out on top from all of this and not, beating ourselves up or, some shit like that. We don't need to beat ourselves up, but we get enough of that from society, okay? We here to uplift and be better and do better and all that jazz, right? That's our goal anyway. So let's talk failure, all right? So you guys know, I've been down here in South Carolina since February. And most of you know that I've, at this point, because of some stuff going on with my mom, I have to stay, okay? I've decided to stay, but at this point, now I know why I have to be here. Because she needs some help as well. And that's okay, right? But I realize that I gotta set some boundaries. And in setting those boundaries, in this whole time of being here, okay? These are new. Ooh, I love that sound. In my time of being here, I've noticed that I've had these moments of just feeling like a epic failure. Not imposter syndrome. That is totally different. I just feel like a failure. And here's why. When we set goals for ourselves and we don't meet them, okay, this is not imposter syndrome. This is literally about how you set your goals, or at least the goals that you feel you should be setting for yourself, right? Without checking in with spirit, you're just like, I want to do this, or I want to do that, but you're not fully checking in with spirit, right? This is what I'm talking about. This is those areas of failure that I'm getting ready to discuss, okay? So just kind of keep that in mind. Love all of this. I love these colors. I like black and white decks just as much as but I love colorful decks. I just love it. But since I've been here, I've just been dealing with failure, okay? And not beating myself up over it, right? It's mainly been, if you're wondering where the Eight of Pentacles is, it's around his neck. It's mainly been just setbacks, right? That caused me to feel as if I am a failure, right? But then I have to realize, no, bitch, you're not a failure. But let's roll that back, right? Let's roll the bean footage back. So, about, Jesus, 20 years ago. Damn, that feels ancient. So here's one of those stickers. About 20 years ago, I lost my firstborn, right? And that whole thing, okay, at 18 years old, right? It about killed me, because I felt like, okay, I'm a failure as a woman. Okay, now I know the women on here, if you ever miscarried or lost a child or anything like that, or shit, even having a fucking hysterectomy, that shit can make you feel like you're not a woman. You can feel less than, right? And the shit gets under your skin and it pisses me off, right? But I literally felt like a failure, right? And it wasn't until about 8 years later that I was able to become pregnant again. But guess what? Lost that child too. And I just kept saying to myself, like, this is some fucking bullshit. How the fuck can I fail at being a woman? Not a mother, okay? How could I fail at being a woman? And I took that to heart, okay? Because I kept saying to myself, and here's where that lesson comes in. This is the first lesson in failure. And why it's okay to be a failure, but it's not okay to fucking live in that shit. And I'm living proof here, okay? After losing my second child, I said, I can't give birth to anything. That's exactly what I said. I was perfect. That's why I like going through these damn cards. This is the perfect card for this. It's like I was in business, and I, when I first started, I was doing readings and whatnot, and also financial part, but I just couldn't give birth to it the way that it needed to be. Like I handicapped myself in that failure. I literally placed that failure right inside my womb and was like, yeah, you're not giving birth to shit, so don't expect that. Oh, this is the creator, you guys. This is Justine. I didn't realize she put that in there. And then that's her information. I literally placed that failure into my womb. So everything that I tried to give birth to died. That's literally what I did, right? And I kept that going for years, okay? Years might be a fucking understatement, okay? But I kept that going. I kept that going in my womb. My cycles were like absolutely horrendous. My body reacted to it and said, oh, since we can't give birth to anything, we might as well stop making progesterone. Okay, a fucking hormone every woman needs, right, to balance her fucking shit out, right? My body just was like, yeah, we're not gonna make that. Congratulations, right? And I'm like, the fuck? Like, what the hell? And I was like, okay. So then when I went full time in business, when I left corporate, whatnot, I just couldn't seem to get the growth that I was looking for. I had consistent clients that would come back to me, you know, from time to time, but I couldn't get that consistent growth, if that makes sense. It's like every now and again I get a new client, but I always had the same ones just coming back. And I'm like, yo, I can help more than just these people. But for the longest, I've been telling my womb that I couldn't. I've been telling my womb that I couldn't give birth to new life, to new clientele, right? But let me tell you, when I'm doing candle work and shit and rituals and shit for other people, I can manifest the fuck out of something for somebody else, but I couldn't do it for myself, right? And so for years, up until I got here in South Carolina, okay, I felt like a failure. I'm not gonna lie to you. I felt it in my whole entire being, okay? And I said to myself, like, you know, after a while, I was like, girl, what the fuck, right? So when I got here, I was like, why do I feel like a failure? Well, I took a look at all my siblings, okay? And if you know me, okay? If you know me, I have 5 brothers and 4 sisters, so there's 10 of us all together, okay? And I'm the only one without children, okay? Now, for almost 20 years at this point, because I hadn't yet turned 38, okay? For almost 20 years, I have been holding in my belly that I am a failure because I don't have physical children of my own, okay? And I literally was eating that. I eat it with every meal because in my mind, I'm like, I got all this mother energy. Where's my fucking kids, right? Like, I wanted to give birth to kids, right? It wasn't that I wanted to, like, it's not that I wouldn't adopt or foster children. It's not that. It was, I want to give birth. But here I am for the past 19, 20 years telling myself that I can't give birth to anything. And I was owning that. I was owning that because of losing my 2 children. But it wasn't until, you know, my youngest, okay, because her spirit still roams around me. She came to me and she goes, you got all the kids around you already. She was like, so stop breaking yourself. And I'm like, listen, little girl, you ain't supposed to be telling me. like at first, that's what I was like. I got defensive. I was like, how fucking dare you, child, tell me, right? But they say out of the mouth of babes, right? And I thought to myself, I said, damn, she right, because I get a lot of clients who go, mama cat. And I'm like, why the hell y'all calling me mama? I'm not your mama. Or I get auntie, right? Like I get the auntie vibes or the mama vibes. And I thought to myself, I said, damn, that's right. And it took until a few months ago for me to recognize that maybe, just maybe, birthing actual children is not in alignment with what I'm supposed to be doing, okay? And that's a maybe because that shit can change down the line, okay? However the universe wants to line that up. But at this point in time, right, that maybe, just maybe, It ain't meant for me to birth children in that way. It's meant for me to help the children that come to me, because I am doing what? Inner child work. And I got to thinking, I was like, bitch, you've been beating yourself up, calling yourself a failure for years, right? And I realized it's okay to fail at something, but you don't have to fucking live there, right? You don't have to hold that failure in your body, right? And a lot of times that's what I'm teaching people, right? But it took me learning that lesson for myself, right? In helping others and in being in this situation that I'm in now, right? Where my whole life had changed. So it got to the point where I was like, I gotta address it. And if I don't address it now, it's gonna eat at me later, right? But I said all of that, like I gave you that story, that scenario, those few different scenarios, to say that it's okay to fail. Just don't live in that failure, okay? Because it'll prevent you from living out your goals, at least the ones that are in alignment with you, right? So it's okay to fail, right? If you're writing a book or something, right, and you just you can't get nothing out, right? Like you just wordless, okay? And trust me, I understand, because I'm at that point right now with writing my book. That's okay, because sometimes not writing is writing. Sometimes that's you having to step back and observe and really allow your body to be in the mood to release more, right? Like you have to wait for your body to be like, okay, we can write some more, right? It's okay. It's okay to wait for that moment. It's okay, right? You're not a failure, and nor have you failed. And I think sometimes that's our issue, right? Because we call it failure because we didn't succeed. But really, you did succeed. You did succeed at something. You just didn't succeed at the actual part that you wanted to succeed at. Just so you know, I love her work because she got a lot of naked bodies and stuff in it. I absolutely love it for that reason. But if you're not into naked bodies, and sorry, my hands are all up in the screen, then this might not be for you. Some of her decks might not be for you, but I don't mind the nakedness because, well, if I could live in a nudist colony, I would. Like, it's okay to fail at something, but you have to see where you succeeded in that as well. So I might have failed at giving birth, right? But I succeeded in knowing what it really is to be a mother, what it really is to have the prime qualities to be a mother, or that auntie, that, everybody's favorite auntie. I've learned that, what not to do as a parent. I've learned what not to do as an adult, right? And it's helped me help myself now more than anything, but also the people that come to me to connect with that inner child, right? Because I'm giving it that mothering energy that it's been needing, right? So I've learned from these failures, right? And I guess it's good, like, I gotta find another way, like, another name for it, because it's not really a failure. I didn't fail at anything. It's just that's not in alignment with what I'm supposed to be doing. I give that mother energy to those who come to me. So, is it really failing? No. But it's okay to fail. That's how you learn where you've succeeded, right? That's how you learn where you can kind of shift things and kind of go inside and reconnect. It's okay, right? Y'all, this devil is everything, just FYI. I was not. This is called the Elder Tarot, if I didn't say that. Like, if you guys had noticed, these are all like mostly elderly folk in these cards. But I'm here for it because inside I am an 85-year-old Italian woman. I'm probably Sophia from the Golden Girls. I wouldn't lie. I wouldn't lie, I'm probably her. And this deck is just like hitting on so many different levels. Like I'm like, I feel every inch of these cards. And I love it. I love it, love it, love it. It's like, it's never too late. It's never too late, right? It's never too late to reconnect with yourself. So I do love these cards for that reason. But going back to the failure thing, so like, once again, right, here's the second example. When I put out my Walking Home Barefoot program, I was still in that mindset that I couldn't give birth to anything. So it didn't actually take off the way that I wanted it to, right? And I think I got quite a few people, but then it just kind of died. And I was like, no. And like, since I've been here and been working through my own issues, let's just call it that, and having friends, like true friends who have been in my corner every step of the way since January, right? I realized that walking home barefoot takes an accountability partner. It takes a community. And so that helped me realize, like, I can give birth to something. I gotta reframe my thought pattern, right? So while I listen to regular music, because I love music, right? I love dancing and whatnot, like, around the house and stuff like that. I do make an effort to, first thing in the morning, listen to affirmations, right? However they come across. So I listen to Tony Jones, Chris and Teeb, like, because like I gotta feel it, right? There's a number of them that I listen to, but those are two that I listened to this morning, so that's why I knew them off the top of my head. But I had to reframe my thinking around failure, right? It's okay to fail. It doesn't mean that I'm a failure. It doesn't mean that I can't give birth to what's really in alignment with me. And that might not be physical children, because I'm helping so many people around me and I'm assisting so many people around me in a mothering type way. And that's what they need, and that's okay, right? It's a great feeling to help others. It's just, I now have to move through all the emotions that come with revamping that thinking. And I just want you guys to understand that you're not failures, right? It's just you have to check in and see what's in alignment with you and what's not. That's like the biggest thing, right? Oh, this is everything. This is everything. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I should not be like cracking up laughing in the middle of a serious conversation. But what the fuck? I love it though. I love it. It is everything. And if you ever worn a corset, then you know, like, that shit gets real. This is the reason I was so interested in this deck, because it gave me that mother vibes. It gave me that home and hearth type of vibe. And I realized that what I'm cooking, what I'm birthing, what I'm bringing into fruition, it may not necessarily be a physical child at this moment, right? It's bringing out the authenticity in people. It's bringing out that inner child and letting them know that it's safe to come out. It's safe to be them, right? And helping people birth their dreams into reality. That's what I'm giving birth to. I'm giving birth to that energy that says it's okay, you can come out, you're good, you're protected, your guides got you, that kind of thing. And it's okay if I don't physically give birth to a child at this moment, and that's all right. But it doesn't make me a failure, right? It doesn't make me less of a woman, right? Because I can perform a woman You know, I am a woman. I can perform womanly duties. It's just that one right there has always eluded me. And I realized maybe it ain't meant for you yet, girl. Maybe that's not right now. It could be later, right? But it's not right now. And that's okay. It doesn't make you a failure. It just means, hey, put that on the back burner and keep birthing this over here, because there might be something else you need to learn before you get that over there, right? That's why it's okay to fail at something, so long as you learn to regroup and redirect yourself so that you are in alignment with what really needs to be given birth to, right? And a lot of that takes learning from your team, learning from your guides, your ancestors, whoever, right? That's where a lot of that comes in, right? And I'm hoping that as I continue my journey and you continue yours, these are the backs, that, you know, you recognize that it's okay if you feel like you're starting over. You're not a failure. You just have to regroup, replan, and realign, right? And take a different route. That's okay, right? It's like going on a road trip and getting lost somewhere, and you realize, okay, let me see if I can get back to where I was and start from there, right? It's the same concept. And I pray that all of you know that you're not failures, right? You didn't fail. You just took a little bit longer than some people to get to where your goal is, or to get in alignment with that goal. And that's okay, right? So it's okay to fail. It's not okay to live in it, okay? You can experience failure, you know, in whatever way, but I want you guys to know that it's okay to fail, knowing that you're not a failure, though. Okay. So that being said, this video was long enough, and I done talked y'all ear off. Hopefully you guys liked the deck. If you did, you know, you can purchase it. I'll leave the link below. Like, she has an Etsy. Like, that's where I purchased it from, was from her Etsy shop. I'll leave the link to her Etsy shop below in the description box. And if you want to sign up for my newsletter, that's also in the description box. Especially if you want to join the Maiden Mother Crone series that I mentioned in my newsletter that came out. Also, don't forget to like, comment, share. Let me know which card was your favorite, right? Or which cards, I should say, because some people like more than one. And then, you know, comment what your take is on failure. I'm interested, right? Especially as I'm navigating my own perspective on it. So if you guys can comment that below, that'd be great. And then stay tuned for next week, because, you know, I'll have some goodies to give away. All right. That being said, stay hydrated. Make sure you guys are eating. Make sure you guys are taking time for you. And I wish you all the brightest of blessings. Bye.